Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here. So in today's video, I'll be talking about the report from Grant Paulson that the Washington Commanders are expected to have some uniform changes by this coming season. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well. We're close to 15,000 subscribers, less than a couple hundred away. Let's hit it by mid-February at the very latest. It's free, it takes 1 second. So let's get right into it. I want to talk about this. It's the off season and we're still a little ways away from free agency, like 5-6 weeks away. So we got some time to talk about the stuff that isn't as important as free agency and the draft. Well, I'll talk about some things that I noticed in the Senior Bowl this week, but this is from Grant Paulson, and shout out to Brandon for tweeting this out. He says the belief is that new Commanders uniform changes are expected by next season, as this has been a work in progress for months. Josh Harris and the organization are reported to be leading an effort in having the jersey resemble the Joe Gibbs 1.0 Redskins uniforms, which you see them right here. Absolutely beautiful. Honestly, it is what it is. If the Commanders are winning, I don't mind it that much, but obviously it would be good to have better uniforms, but to go back to the Joe Gibbs 1.0 uniforms would be great. And I know some people will say there isn't a difference. In my opinion, there is a big difference between even the uniforms right now and the uniforms, what they were 6-7 years ago. You look at it right now, and you got the burgundy and you got the gold on the numbers there. And then you look at the current or the old one and it was burgundy and white. I like that a lot better than what they have right now. And then you see the other one, and it's funny enough, Darius Geis is the one with the jersey, but it's white on burgundy, but it's just full burgundy. It's not the gradient right here, and it just makes it look way worse in my opinion. And it looks, apparently it is the same shade of burgundy, which it doesn't look like it. I believe because it's gradient and it's not fully shaded in, that's the reason why it doesn't look the same. But I'm sorry, they just don't really look the same at all in those uniforms. Maybe it's nostalgia, but I don't know, it just hits a lot more than the current unis. And they can make changes. They can keep the black uniform if they want, maybe make some tweaks to it. I don't know what the rules are on it, if they can really make changes this offseason. I guess as long as they're not changing the whole color scheme and they're just changing a couple minor things, that should be fine. We'll see what happens. You guys can quote me in the comments down below, because I'm not a uniform expert or anything. So I know there's certain rules on when they can make the changes, but it's been a few years since they brought in the new uniforms. I believe it was 2022. So 2022, 2023, 24. It's been 3 years and it's now 2025. So if they want to make a change, I think they're going to be able to. And again, I don't think they're going to make drastic changes, but it's cool that Josh Harris, he really has a pulse of what the fan base wants, unlike a former owner, Dan Snyder. And even if he did have a pulse of what the fan base wanted, he wouldn't execute it properly at all. So to go back to these uniforms, or even the uniforms 6, 7, 8 years ago, would be really, really cool for the Commanders. Obviously the logo would be different. It would be the W, or maybe they change, I don't know. We'll see what they do there. But I think that would please a lot of the people that are still upset about the name change and want them to go back. I think it's a good compromise, and get the people that are upset about the name change, at least they get something and they get the old uniforms back. And I don't know, maybe they can figure something out down the line. But if they're winning, I really don't think it matters a ton. But obviously every person has their preferences on things that matter, and for some people the name and the jerseys are very important. For me, it is what it is. At this point, I've kind of moved on from the whole situation. I'm just excited about the current team with Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn, Adam Peters, and the whole squad, Terry, everyone. So, if they change the name or if they change the unis, that's fine. I don't think they're going to change the name. Maybe they do. I think the unis is much, much likelier, and it's looking like it's probably going to happen. I believe Kevin Sheehan reported something about that, or the name recently. And, he's someone that is tapped in with the organization. So just something to consider here with the Commanders in the next few weeks, months leading up to the season. But if it's going to happen, I believe they would announce that pretty soon. And then also the stadium, that's something to watch out for as well. We've heard a lot of RFK rumors and stuff, and it's looking like it probably will be that RFK site, but not confirmed yet. I believe this offseason we will get a confirmation of where the stadium will be, the kind of timeline for all. So besides like the football storylines, the non-football storylines, I would say again, are the name stuff and unis. And then also the stadium. Where is that stadium going to be? When is it going to be built? Is it going to be a dome? Stuff like that, which probably will be, or a retractable roof, things like that. They're going to be deciding this offseason, I believe. Senior Bowl is going on right now as we speak. It's been a full week of practice. Not going to get into too much because I know a lot of people don't really care right now. It's, a long way away from the draft. We're over 2.5 months away, more than that, from the draft. But it's been a Senior Bowl. You can go ahead and check out the highlights on YouTube, or not even the highlights, the one-on-ones. Like they post a lot of the practice footage, maybe all of it, so you can go ahead and check it out. It's cool. A lot of guys have been balling out. Elijah Arroyo, I've seen him do really well as a tight end. Probably will be a second round pick ish. You got some of the receivers that are balling out. Johnson from Oregon has been a beast. I think that he would be a good option for the Commanders. I know some people don't think he's good, or think he's a little bit too small, but I think he would be a really good option for the Commanders. I don't know what the draft range would be for that, but I think it would be a good option for sure. See some of the other names that have been bowling out as well. Mason Taylor, Jalen Noel, receiver. So a lot of guys, have been balling out. And guess what? We don't have to worry about quarterbacks, which is absolutely beautiful that we don't have to, analyze all these quarterbacks in the Senior Bowl, how they're playing, how, I'm happy about that. Also, another guy on this list that I did notice a little bit, Harold Fannin Jr., he looked really good in the one-on-ones, and he played at Bowling Green. So, that's something that definitely, the Senior Bowl is important for him because, not going up against the best competition at, Bowling Green, but going up against, these guys in the Senior Bowl. These guys are all dogs. They're all going to be NFL players. So if you're balling out against them, you're likely going to be balling out in the pros. So he balled out for sure. This tight end class is really good. This running back class is really good. And the interior defensive line class is really good. So Commanders hopefully will be able to take advantage of those, spots. And honestly, there's somewhat positions of need. Running back is a position of need. Tight end, they could use another young guy. You bring back Zach Ertz, you still got Ben Sennett, and then you bring in another tight end and, take your chances on him and Ben and see who ends up developing. And I think that's not a bad way to look at it as well. And then, you can add a interior defensive lineman. I don't think early, but if you want to get one late, 6th, 7th round, I know they don't have a current 6th round pick, I believe, but they can move things around. They have 3 7th round picks. So I would say that's something to watch out for as well, because that is a deep position group. And I know they have Payne, Allen, and Newton, and even Sheldon Day and some of the other guys, but they could definitely add another guy if they wanted to, because this run defense was not that good. Was not good at all this past season. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.